Hold on, I'm almost done with this house clip. 1 minute and 30 seconds left, okay?
She's incredible.
Thank you.
Head.
Why? I don't understand why there are times in the show where people are like, oh, I approved it just because it was a house, even though there was no medical reason. But they're like, but there was. Like, how does that make sense? Are you here for GTA 6? Maybe. A record docs released at like 10 p.m. last night. Yeah, I saw. Now that we got all that out of the way, now we just wait for the judge to start ruling on stuff. Is it 9mm? That is, right? Or was that 40? What is this? Is this a new gun? Or is it just like a huge modification of like a Glock or something? That's 9mm? Okay. Why is the black one? Yeah, I don't know why it is that color. What the fuck? It's a chassis for either a Glock or a SIG. Gotcha. Okay, where's the long-haired physics guy? He's in YouTube chat all the time. Is he here right now? Okay, he'll show up later. I'm trying to read up on random shit that gets brought up in random debates all the time so that I feel like I actually have a better understanding of them instead of not understanding it at all. I feel like I've used these words before. I don't know if I've ever referenced this or talked about it with more specificity. Yo, this shit, you ever heard of this thing called you ever heard of this crazy dude called the double slit experiment? Yo, that's some wild shit. What's going on there? What's going on with that? What's going on with that? That's... When people say the wave-particle duality, what does the particle part mean? I feel like I understand the wave part. Is the particle is it because you can measure like individual electrons, or what does that mean? What is the particle part of that? Ask Reason Riffs? Yeah, I asked him earlier, but he's not in fucking chat right now. It's severely misunderstood. Watch a video on it. So I have watched videos on it in the past. And then I tried to watch like a... Professor Dave Explains video.
Welcome to Professor...
I think he has one. And it has 1 million views.
Professor Dave here. Let's talk about the double slit experiment.
He knows a lot about the science stuff. Professor Dave Explains.
In learning about the first few discoveries that led to the development of quantum mechanics, we discussed wave-particle duality. So we understand that both light and matter behave as both particles and waves. But we glossed over some of the technical details, so let's zoom in for a moment. In 1801, Thomas Young performed experiments where light was passed through a plane with 2 slits in it, striking a screen beyond. The diffraction and interference patterns that resulted clearly supported the wave model of light, with the brighter bands representing constructive interference and the darker bands representing destructive interference, with the width of the bands being a function of the frequency of the light. Later in the century, Maxwell showed that light is a wave of oscillating electric and magnetic fields. So it seemed as though the case was closed on the declaration of light as waves. But as we said, in 1905, Einstein solved the problem of the photoelectric effect by assigning particle nature to light. Thus, wave-particle duality was born. Later, de Broglie proposed that particles must therefore also display wave-like behavior, and this was shown to be true in an experiment, just like Young's more than 100 years prior. This modern version is what we are typically referring to when we talk about the double-slit experiment. From this, it was shown that a beam of electrons exhibits diffraction and interference patterns, just like light does. This demonstrates the wave-like properties of electrons, and by extension, matter in general. Later, low-intensity experiments showed that even an individual electron, when passing through biprisms or slits, will interfere with itself, making the wave-like nature of the
I love how this is the worst possible visual that you could use to explain this.
Electron undeniable. So it was shown that electrons act as both particles and waves.
Okay, I listened to these videos and I never really, I don't know, I just, okay, I guess. I don't know, I don't know, I don't care much, okay? So, but for whatever reason, I was bored last time, I was like, it's time to read some Wikipedia. But it actually seems like very crazy or weird. And then I think I feel like I have like a slightly, when I say slightly better, I mean like a 1 to 1.5% better understanding of maybe what is implied by like the many worlds or infinite worlds interpretation. Okay, all right, hold on. Okay, check this out. Okay, this is actually this is wacky, wild stuff. All right. Okay, first thing is, where's that physics guy? He's gonna show up later. I just have I have one question, and I'm sure there's a ton of questions. There's just one thing I want to know. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, all right. When you have I don't remember what this is called. It's like linear equations, 1 dimension, 2 dimensions, some bullshit. You have these things, okay? You got, okay.